So, yeah, hello and welcome. My name is Gustav Emrich and I'm product manager for JVC KY-PZ in Europe.
I'm Nico Suarez, tech support for Roland AV in Europe.
Okay, today we're talking about the KY-PZ100, our pan tilt camera head. We have the two versions of it. It's the black one and we see over here the white one as well. This is a nearly 1/3 inch sensor, very sensitive, and a perfect camera for applications like auditoriums, event or broadcast applications. The PTZ head itself has also HD capability of recording in 1080 P50 and P60 as well. So furthermore, we have about 30 times optical zoom and 12 times digital zoom in addition, so it gives you a long range of shooting. The control feature of the camera is going by IP and serial as well, so it's a multifunction camera for different kind of controller. So let's have a look about some other features of that one. It's about more than 100 presets of the camera in storage. It stores the picture position, the zoom position, the focusing and your image setups. The pan tilt movement is super silent because we use direct drive, motor drive, and it's super fast. We have about 480 degrees per second. But in terms of broadcast application or auditoriums and you have a long zoom distance, you want to make it very smoothly. So also you can start with 0.01 degree movement. The camera has the capability for live output on the HD SDI, which we see here on the bottom. And we have also at the same time we have an HDMI output. Both are active, so we can use both at the same time. The camera has over the USB port, that's a host port. You can use Wi-Fi dongles or you can use LTE dongles and stream directly to the internet via these dongles. And therefore you need an error correction, and there is a famous 6E protocol gives you up to 30% error correction in terms of missing data during the transport. So make it quickly again, UDP, RTMP, RTSP, 6E protocol and MPEG Pro is all available into this camera. There is also another RS232, we have RS422, we have RS232 protocol, and of course we're using the IP control feature on the camera, which is the Ethernet protocol here. It's an IO45 connection. We can use that also with PoE drive, so you don't need an extra power supply. You have also separate power connection over here. You use a standard AC/DC adapter as well. A slot over here that allows you to put a micro SD XC card into that, and you can do directly live recording, a standalone recording on the camera as well. Coming shortly back to the remote function of that one, of course we use a dedicated controller unit called RMLP100. I'm coming in a minute about this controller. But first of all, you have the capability in terms to use the camera as a standalone. You have a tiny infrared controller and you can control up to 4 cameras with that unit here. Camera. The other one is directly control with your PC, and you don't need any application of that because the camera has a built-in web server and all the images coming directly information to your laptop, and you use simply a browser like a Chrome browser, Firefox or any other browser which you have. In theory, you can use also a tablet which gives you an HD resolution and you can control fully the camera. Now let's talk a little bit about the dedicated controller RMLP100. Our RMLP100 is fully IP based and of course matched with the KY-PZ100. But also the controller works with any of the JVC IP cameras. So we have a lot of broadcast camera, handheld cameras which have IP functionality. You can control them also with this controller. It's a very nice dedicated controller with a very sensitive zoom controlling unit here, joystick here where you can move it. You have the professional rocker switch here to do zoom. And what is the big benefit of a touch screen over here? You can do your programming. As I mentioned already, about 100 presettings you can store of it. and it's easily to handle the camera into groups. You can do all your settings, your gain settings, your white balance settings. Everything is being controlled on this controller. So keep in mind you have an auditorium, you have a big large room. Maybe you want to control it from two different places, like from our central room and also from the stage. So there's no problem to do more than one controller. You can have 2 controllers, 4 controllers. It doesn't take care. You can use this kind of controllers in any place and they can fully work together. And the good thing is, because it's IP based, we can use the controller in junction with the PC, and of course with our dedicated cooperation with Roland, we can use the Roland mixers with it. You can control the camera over the mixers, at the same time also over this controller. So it's a multi-function control option. It's the best solution for you in case of your auditorium, if you want to switch the stage from one room to the another one. So about the remote things, and I told you already, it is a cooperation with the Roland, and I'd like to hand over to Nikhil over that, and he will explain how that IP control works with the Roland very beautiful Vision Mixer.
Thank you, Gustav. Well, first of all our mixers can work with the JVC cameras, but I'm taking the V-60HD because it's the one where we started to do the integration together with the JVC. So the V60, just a quick recap for you, it's a 4-channel SDI input, then it has another 2 HDMI with the scalers, and it has another 2 channels that can be used, for example, to still images. Okay, and so the unit is well between on the same scenarios. Gustav talked about the cameras, auditoriums, live events, and that kind of stuff. The unit is quite good for those, even the broadcast studios, small broadcast studios. And just let me show you very quickly how we interact with the JVC cameras. On the menus on the screen, you will see there is one item called camera control. If I get into this one, then I have camera IDs, so I can connect up to 6 different cameras. If you see camera 1, already selected protocol JVC. And then if I go down into this one, I will be able to pan, and I can move the camera. You see how the camera is being moved. I can move it, I can do the tilt as well. So all the controls of the camera, all the controls that you can control inside the PTZ camera can be controlled from the unit. Also can be controlled from the software, but later following this video we'll make a very specific video on how to make the connections and how to make the setup. But just wanted to show you that the control is made on the menus or on the software, is built in, you don't need to install any extra.
In addition to the KY-PZ100, I talked about the overlay features. Let me show you quickly the overlay functionality which we have. I start with the borderlines which you have in front of the screen, which we're doing the editing via a computer. And as I mentioned you before, we have a multi-function of connection, so the computer will be hooked up by the IP to the camera directly. And what we see on the screen is what I talked before, the web service, which comes directly on from the camera. So that is not an application, that's the normal web browser like a Firefox or like a Chrome, for example. And we can do nicely borders here. And that's nice for the auditorium. For example, if you have a speech there and you want to introduce some people who is talking, you can go into the computer, click the position where you are, and then you can directly input the name and say go, and then the name will be shown on the borderline. Kind of an event, you can do full screen graphics. That could be a full screen. You can use also alpha channels. You can build in a logo, and that's quite nice in case of an event and you want to make some announcement. For example, the event starts in 10 minutes or something else. You can very nice use full screen graphic as well, or for your advertisement. Up to 50 graphics images you can store inside the cameras. So coming back to the borderlines which we have with this additional function of overlay, you see here is a nice overlay, is my name on there. That's for example on camera position number 1. I use my name, you can type it into the PC and you have the name there, or you can use the graphics generator, which is an external application, and you can create that nice border. I'll give you an example. When I switch to camera position 2, it's my same position as before, but you see I use a different graphics there with a different name style, and also my composition company's logo is there. And simply I switch to Nico and see what it's doing. It's now camera position number 4. We have Nico there with his name and the company logo as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that was a short overview of the capability with the KY-PZ100 and the RMLP100, the graphics overlay, the functionality of the cameras. And I give the last word to Nico regarding the Roland Vision Mixer.
So thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments, as always, you can leave them on the comments where we will check them eventually and we can solve all your questions. If you are interested in more technical detail, how to make the setups and how to make JVC and Roland Brothers work together, there is a coming video, more technical aspects of the settings to do. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and thanks Gustav to join me today.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you very much.